YouTube, EM Real, right back at you with what to do with $1. This episode is the 10-10-70, the distribution of money. How should it be working for you? We'll be right back at you after this promo.
What to do with $1, EM Real.
All right, YouTube. Happy Saturday. EM Real. What to do with $1. Our episode this week is the 10-10-10-70, the distribution of money. All right. So now you have employment, of course. You have some, maybe even a business. Now, you're working in that manhood, that womanhood. You've structured yourself. For a lot of us who maybe understand, we're just getting our feet under us as far as money is concerned. So I'll just share a couple of ways in which you can distribute that money. First aspect of distributing your money, that first 10% is charity. This is a way to give back. This is also what people call tithing. This is giving money to help others, maybe who are less fortunate. This is some type of philanthropy for yourself. You're going and feeding the hungry. I mean, you have 10 apples. One of those apples could be to help someone less fortunate. You have 10 gallons of gas. Yeah, give somebody a ride. At least one person of those gallons. So the first is charity. Give back. What this does, it humbles you, keeps you grounded. Because when you make these millions, hundreds of thousands, some of us just thousands, you'll keep and you'll be grounded. All right? That's the first aspect, first 10. The second 10 is a passive income. Now, this passive income could be broken up into two aspects, but let's consider a savings. Now, not the traditional savings where you take your money and put it under the pillow and just let it sit there. And not the traditional savings where you put it in the bank account and it's only drawing 0.00% interest. No. And as inflation goes up, you're losing money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting it in a bank account that has high interest. There are some bank accounts, even online, that has 5 to 6% interest rate. Not only that, you can put this in an IRA, a Roth IRA. So when you put the money in later down the line, after you get a certain age and you pull it out, it's not taxed. Think about that. A CD. You can find CDs that has higher interest rate. The whole reality is you want your money to grow while you sleep. It's called passive. And if you're in the educational field, it's called a teacher retirement plan. There's 401ks. Remember, use these vehicles as passive. Now, I said savings/investment. Also, take your money and put it in things like the stock market. The stock market grows your money. I mean, the S&P. Use that vehicle to grow money. Put 10% of it away and invest in the Apple, the Microsoft, and the blue blood stocks. I'm not here to give you, advice on necessarily stocks and not necessarily telling you I'm a stock expert, but you have to put your money in some of these vehicles. Do your research. Let your money grow. Not only that, here's another example of investment. You have a home, take 10% of your money and invest in your home. The improvement of your homes. It could turn into a HELOC where you pull the money out to make bigger investments. I'll talk to you about that. Real estate. There are certain business. Take your money and put it with a group of individuals as y'all decide what you're going to invest in. So it's passive income is at the next 10, and that 10 is, savings and investment. All right, so we got two. First 10 is charity. The second 10 is a passive, which is talking about savings and investment. The third 10 is business. We live in a capitalistic system. In America, we have benefits of starting business. You can write it off in taxes. Not going to be talking about all the tax benefits in this segment, but we'll talk about that later. Start a business. Start an LLC. Use that as an advantage to write off some of your taxes that you waged against you in your W-2, in your regular job. Okay? Now, you may say, hey, I don't know. I don't have a business and I don't have an idea of what my business would be. But you still got to put the 10% aside so when you do find out. But I got some questions to ask you. So, here's the questions as you look to start your business. What are you good at? It could be a hobby. That being said, leading into what do you love to do? Another question is, what do people ask you advice about? Plus, you got to find something that actually makes you money. Here's another question. What would you do even though you don't get paid for it? Think about these are things to kind of spin your mind on starting your business, but you got to put 10% back. Here are a list of businesses that I've started in real estate. I've done some contracting, consulting, project management, Turo, Lyft, stocks, Airbnb, stock options, looking to buy cattle, start a restaurant, even sell or have an ATM machine, buy well, a cleaning service, even starting a YouTube channel. Those are just some ideas of business. So we got the first 10, charity. We got the second 10, passive, which is savings and investment. The third 10 is actually starting a business. And we gave you a plethora of businesses you can consider. And the last aspect is 70. Only live off 70% of what you make. Now, I understand that's going to be tough for a lot of you because some of you have bought lavish cars because you want to be seen. Some of you live in neighborhoods where the rent or the mortgage is really high. You might have a big mortgage and you live in a big place and don't have furniture. Hopefully that's not you. Maybe you're trying to live like the Joneses. Who are the Joneses anyway? But anyway, you follow me. So that being said, only live off of 70% of what you make. But I do have something for you. Listen, if your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. Think about that. So here's the 70% you should be, allocating based on the cable. You're paying cable, right? Electric, your mortgage, your rent, your of course, your car note, water, alarm, student loans, clothes, household items, insurance, food, entertainment. You got to budget all of that to zero. Only live off 70% of what you make. This part is called the discipline part. It is the discipline part. See, I had a story to where I worked for 3 to 4 years, 2 jobs, both 8 hours apiece, and I got anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of sleep over the protracted period of time, and I was able to put money aside to start a real estate business, building homes from the ground up not only as a real estate investor and then becoming a contractor. Think about that. Now, we're going to break that down later, but how should you be distributing your money? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back at you after this promo of What to Do with a Dollar is brought to you by Crescent Academy and Child Care Facility. Allow us to teach your children from 6 months to 12 years old. The future is in our hands, and we'll deliver it to you so your family could be successful. Crescent Academy and Child Care Facility. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap it up. This aspect of What to Do with a Dollar was the distribution of money, 10% goes to charity. 10% is passive, which is the savings and investment part. 10% is the business part where you started your business and only live off 70%. So take that into account, and we'll move to the next aspect of what to do with the dollar is keeping strict accounts. I'm Ian Real. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It's been a wonderful day. All right, happy Saturday. Next segment, we'll be right back at you. Peace.
What to do with a dollar. EM Real.